All right. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. So today I would like to talk about Joviverse, which is a web application for job sharing job application with each other. So the team only consists of two person, which is me, Minh and Tran. I'm a UCI new grad and I work on the back end. My teammate, which is Cho, who is a freshman at USC, he worked on the front end. And the idea is that these ideas come from me when I was doing my job hunts. It was around, I was applying to 100 to 300 companies, and all my friends also did the same things. So when we were sharing with each other what company that we apply for, we have to send each other like a text file of a list of company that we apply for. So I was wondering, okay, so why not make a web application where we can manage and share some job applications? And so I use that idea to, I try to use this hackathon as a opportunities to implement that ideas. The tech stack that we use for the backend is consists of GraphQL, TypeScript because I love TypeScript, serverless MongoDB, Apollo servers because I really love to learn those new technologies. I use Jest for writing unit tests for the backend. For the front end, my friend, my partners, Cho, chose React TypeScript, Next, Vercel, and Apollo clients to work on it. And during these 36 hours of hackathon, these are the challenge that we faced since there was a difference in the time zone, and I'm in California and my teammate is in Korea, so it's really difficult to communicate to each other. So that's one thing. Cho is a freshman, so he has limited knowledge in GraphQL and React, so it was really difficult for him to start on the front end. For me, there was two issues that I faced, which is the optimization of Mongoose connection in serverless. I couldn't optimize it, and the lack of team members, so the front end also did not get completely finished. So the lesson that I learned from these 36 hours of hackathon is that for me, myself, I learned how to write better unit tests for the backend, and I learned how to mentor juniors developers like Cho. Cho told me that he, based on this experience, he is more comfortable with Apollo client for the front end, and he feels like he has improved a lot of team communications. And that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening. I'm open for questions. If anyone has any question, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, I was wondering, do you have any kind of demo or any of the final like product that you created throughout the hackathon, or is it mostly just kind of coming up with the idea and laying out the foundation for the project?
Oh, we do have, I do have a product, and I did a demo and then I submitted via the dev post link. But I can actually show you real quick on that. Let me see on this. So here is only the backend, and the backend, which is my code. So I have it. I do not have the front end. It's not complete 100% yet. And Cho, my partner, has the front end. So what I can do is I can just run a serverless offline, so you can get to see sort of the products. So let's get the URL. And let's get the URL over here. Yeah, so basically this user has already been registered. So there's a few features that I have right now, which is I can register a user, I can log in the user. From that user, I can add the application or the company names for that users. And then from that user, if he knows any other friends that using the same platform, he can add those friends as we can think of as a connections, and he can also see the application of that connections. So what I can do right now, like we can log in right now. We have the bearer tokens, which will be passed on the HTTP headers as the authorizations, because I use JWT to verify the user. And so we can get this and we put it on the authorizations, and we can send a request. We'll get the response, which is a list of applications that this user currently have. And this user, since I already ran a script to add mutation before from a friend's developers, so I can get application of that friends. And then what we can do is we can pass in the latest authorization, the tokens, and we can get the application of this user. So you can see the difference between the application of the happy users, which is Twitter's awesome company, Facebook, and the applications of the friends developer, which is only has Twitters and applications.
Sweet, really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the cool. Yeah. Do you have any other questions? I'm happy to answer.
I guess I can go with another, or Jack or Willie. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, if we have time. You talked about you're doing optimizations for Mongo. What did you have to optimize?
So the issues with serverless is that if there's a new how can I say, if there's a new client connecting to the application, it will initialize a new Mongoose connection to the database. And I was reading that there's a way to optimize it, that you only need to use like one connections if you can cache that connections. And I was trying to do that for the database. So initially I had this sort of Mongo connect, and which is really basic, right? Using Mongoose, and then we connect to the given the environment of Mongo connection string atlas. But when I look at some of the optimization that I saw on Stack Overflows and Mediums, there was a way to do this. There's a way, so which means that they're somehow caching the con over here, and it just optimized the connection in Mongoose. But for some reason, when I deployed on AWS on using serverless, it didn't work really well. It's complaining about the buffer commands being false, which is this line 33. But this line 33 was recommended by Mongoose when I read the documentation, that I have to put false in here with the buffer max entry to be 0. So it didn't work on the AWS servers. So if we go here, which I already deployed, so it's the same user and the same password, because I use only one database, which is the Atlas database. So we send this. I don't know why it works now, but when I tried it earlier, it says something about that I have to await some Mongoose connections before I initialize something. So yeah, I don't know why it works now, but it's really weird.
That's serverless. Yeah. All right. That's an interesting problem.
Yeah, I tried. So when I work alone by myself, I was doing this. But when I work with Cho, my partner, I try to optimize it to be better, so that the front end can also see it. But since we also couldn't finish the front end, I was trying to see if this is a way, an experiment. But to be honest, I don't know why it's working now. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely interesting to see you work with it. I think we're out of time.
Sure.
But super interesting project. I think we could all relate to writing too many job apps.
Yeah, it was an issue when I try my job hunts, and I think it's a good way to do it. I also have an idea for a feature. It's called notification engines. So basically, based on the date and time that you apply for the jobs, for example, application date here, you would be able to decide that to work with the notification engine, saying that, hey, please remind me to follow up with this company after 7 days, for example, because I know that some companies and some recruiters do forget to send out a response email to applicants or candidates. So that's one of the features that I'm also looking to implement it.
Great. Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Great job.
Thank you.